Volume 1 Chapter 0, Naosugu, look out. Up ahead on your right. Bring it. I've got this. Naosugu yelled back to Shiro, raising his shield. The shield gleamed dull silver as he brought it down on a triffid. My liege. Checking a writhing green vine that had darted out from the left with a single swift strike. Akatsuki slid into a low crouch, positioned to guard Shiro. Small stone herb garden wasn't a large zone. However, the ancient gaming facility within its boundaries meant the topography was more varied than the surrounding ruins, and this made it a difficult place to fight. Hey! How come there are so many of these things? They multiply every time you say something off color, Naosugu. What, it's my fault. Instead of answering, Shiro generated a pale magic arrow and fired it into a briar weasel. Mind Bolt, an arrow of psychic power that could go right through single enemies, was one of the basic offensive spells for enchanters. Even as he watched the meter-long weasel jump with a piercing shriek, Shiro mentally visualized an icon. Since recast time was in effect, the icon had lost all its color and was slowly refilling like an hourglass. Shiro wouldn't be able to use that spell again until the icon had regained its glow. It didn't matter. He had nearly 30 other spells at his command. Rush them. Akatsuki, you take the left flank. Yes, sir. On it. In any case, even if he hadn't been able to use his spells, Shiro had 2 companions on his side now. Better get ready, 'cause here I come. Shield smash. The silver-armored warrior charging down the moss-covered path, sweeping his shield from side to side, was Naosugu. He was a tall guy with short hair and bright, lively eyes, and he and Shiro had been friends for years. His class was Guardian. The 3 warrior classes specialized in single-handedly fielding enemy attacks, and of the 3, Guardians had the highest defense. In Elder Tales, they boasted the nickname, the Unbreakable Shield. Too slow. A girl who had the air of a swallow about her darted through the space Naosugu's advance had cleared. A grotesque creature like a split rugby ball with glass fangs sprang at her, but the girl cut it down with her short sword as she ran, not even pausing. This was Akatsuki. A slight girl whose black hair danced in the wind. Also Shiro's friend, she felt no qualms about calling him, my liege. She was an assassin. A type of master swordsman whose techniques included a one-strike kill and which boasted the greatest physical attack force of all 12 classes. Even as he admired their work, Shiro hurried after them. Shiro's class was Enchanter. Of the 3 magician classes, Enchanters were a complete support class that specialized in support spells and negative status magic. As with all the magician classes, their defense was shaky. Shiro couldn't even wear the adventurer's leather armor Akatsuki wore, let alone Naosugu's sturdy full armor. All he had under his big white mantle, which looked a bit like a lab coat, were an ordinary tunic shirt and trousers. Since Shiro was a rear guard player with poor defense, It wasn't a good idea for him to be alone on a battlefield. That said, considering the enemy's ranged attack spells, it was dangerous for him to get too close to the front line, too. The best policy was for him to leave a certain distance between himself and Naosugu and Akatsuki while keeping a wary eye out for sneak attacks from the rear. As field zones went, Small Stone Herb Garden wasn't all that difficult. The monsters that appeared here, Triffids, briar weasels, venom moths, were level 50 at most. Shiro, Akatsuki, and Naosugu were all level 90 adventurers. Their abilities were nearly the highest rank possible in the world of the MMORPG Elder Tales. Shiro's defense might be low, but with a level difference like this one, he wouldn't take damage easily. In any case, although Naosugu had said there were a lot, any one of the three could have kicked 10 or 20 Triffid-level enemies to pieces all on their own. Well, yes, we're fine for now, but, for a while now, Naosugu and Akatsuki had been bantering as if they didn't need all their attention for the fight, but their faces were serious. Battles were a terrifying thing.